Michelle, local author Ed Achorn is a diehard baseball fan. His new book, 59 and 84, is a must-read for anyone that is interested in the history of baseball, especially around here, because 125 years ago, there were major league teams in cities like Worcester and Providence. The game is a lot different now than it was back then. Ed joins us this morning on the Rhode Show. Good morning, Ed. Good to have you.
Patrick.
All right, let's talk about the title, 59 and 84, because it's about this pitcher for the Providence Grays, Charles Radbourn. He won 59 games for the Grays in 1884. Obviously, that record will never be touched again.
Right. That's the all-time record. Yep. He did it right here in Providence, and he's a member of the Hall of Fame. Great man, Old Hoss.
Baseball players nowadays often are classified as being prima donnas. Back in the late 1800s, though, they were more like gladiators because they didn't wear gloves. Players wouldn't come out of games unless their fingers were literally broken off or broken, period. Talk about the differences.
Oh, sure. Well, nowadays pitchers are held to very
pitch counts and everything.
Pitch counts and all this nonsense. Radbourn started 73 games in 1884, wow. And he finished 73 games, including both ends of a doubleheader. He just pitched and pitched and pitched. By the end of the season, his arm hurt so much he couldn't even lift it high enough to comb his hair. So he obviously did very serious damage to his arm, and modern players wouldn't do that.
No, their bosses wouldn't let them. Too much money involved these days. Now, reading the story about the pitcher, Radbourn, you'd almost think it isn't a true story because it's so hard to imagine that pro baseball players lived this kind of lifestyle. I mean, no surgery or anesthesia back then, just a lot of whiskey to dull the pain. Yeah,
Radbourn's nephew said he drank a quart of whiskey a day at the height of his career. These guys were very tough men, tough players, and Radbourn didn't have steroids or anything else to help him. He just had to go tough it out.
And it's not just about baseball. This book also gives us kind of a glimpse into what life was like in Providence in the late 1800s. There's a love story involved. Radbourn, promiscuous, I guess we should say, and ran around a little bit after he drank all that whiskey.
A little bit, but he fell in love with a woman who ran a rather dubious boarding house in downtown Providence. Okay. And he actually married her eventually, and I think that's a nice part of the book. That's what players were like back then, and he stayed with her the rest of his life.
Well, there it is, 59 and 84. Again, it's a must-read for all baseball fans, especially ones that are really into the history of the game. And the reviews have been outstanding for the book, and it was an easy read.
Yeah.
I'm not a book reader, but I enjoyed reading this one. Ed, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. And you can find out more about Ed's book and where you can buy it on our website, foxprovidence.com.